My name is Bruce Mertz, and the people around here call me Mr. Christmas. This is my 31st year of putting up the lights. And I've been living here since 1977. And every year I start setting them up at the end of August. It takes me about 3 months. I just go from one thing to another thing because I know if I just do one thing a day, I'm going to get it done. Most of the commercial lights fade out over time, so I've developed my own paint that does not fade. The lights that I've used it on have lasted something like 12, 13 years without ever fading. I got to heat up the insulation so it's pliable. Right now it's kind of stiff. I started with a string of lights around the house. My neighbor across the street told me that when I moved in here, you got to add something new every year. That's what we do around here. So over the years, I've added something every year, and he hasn't added anything. He's still got the same string of old C9 bulbs from 40 years ago. And while he sits in the house and looks through his picture window at this beautiful light display up across the street. So he knows how to work things. You want me to brush it down? Oh, heck. You want to see this girl do a trick?
Sure.
I'll show you a trick. Maybe she won't do it anymore, but let me see. Okay. There we are. That's her trick. Right, Trixie?
Oh.
I first met Bruce at the AJ's Bar and Grill.
I used to play liar's dice down there, and the guy liked to play liar's dice, so I met him while I was playing liar's dice.
Well, sitting next to Mr. Christmas is a good spot. I get lots of hugs.
How about that, buddy? The first night I turn them on is on Thanksgiving night. That's a happy holiday. Christmas is a happy holiday. New Year's Eve is a happy holiday. So I go on to the 2nd of January. Here we go. When I start the lights at night, I have a CD with the national anthem, the God Bless America. So at 2 minutes and 10 seconds before 6 o'clock, I put on the music. And then as applause dies down, I got all my timers. I got 14 timers. They're all supposed to come on at the same time. Then I go in and I have a CD with all banjos playing Christmas tunes. And that's the start of the evening.
Mr. Christmas!
This is the first year where I got to bring my own kid. See a house that I've seen my whole life, so it's really kind of cool. We've been coming here for 20 years.
And so I go out about every 15, 20 minutes, greet them for the evening. I'll hand out photographs to them. Every season now for the last 4 or 5 years, I've gone through about 4,000 photos. Well, they usually ask about 3 questions that I put the answers to on a little label and put on the back of the photograph. One is, how many lights do you have? And I said, 51,000. How long does it take you to put them up? I said, 3 months. And what's your PG&E bill? About $700.
Let me help you take it back up.
I want to see her. Oh my gosh, this is cool.
Actually, I told you I had a lot of fun watching the people on the red carpet, especially the kids.
Yeah.
They either chasing the lights back and forth on the red carpet, or else they're rolling down the hill. It's hilarious. He said, "Can I come inside?" I said, "There's nothing inside. There's nothing. There's just, my cat. That's all there's. This is my cat."
Hi, Trixie. No, Fred Astaire.
Hello there.
When do you turn your lights off?
Oh, 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, 10
I didn't turn them off. I have 14 timers.
Oh my gosh. No, I love your house. Your house is
I saw it
amazing.
last night and I wanted to stop and just look at everything. It was so cool.
All right, well, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Come
Merry
back
Christmas.
again when we get it on, all right?
Okay.
Then we'll get it on with you.
Yeah, Bruce. You didn't say that, did you?
Oh, didn't say that. Did I say that?
His neighbors call him Mr. Christmas, and every night at 6 p.m. sharp, he flips a switch.
His mind is so active, it is impossible for him to stop working.
People would ask me, where do you buy all this stuff? I said, yeah, you can't buy it. I said, I built it all myself. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
This is a sequencer I bought for $2 in 1978. These relays here are mounted on 2 fry pans that I bought from Kmart, and I'm using them for a heat sink. So there's 20 micro switches on here. Each one of these little plastic plugs intercepts the switch. I've got it programmed so that the lights chase around the house in groups in blocks of 8. I never got into lights until just I moved here. I grew up out in South Dakota. I was the youngest of 10. We didn't have electricity then on a farm, and I never seen any electric lights or anything like that. We weren't not necessarily that rich, you know, and so presents were kind of few and far between there during Christmas. I have a joke about South Dakota. South Dakota is the ever never land. If you ever leave, you never go back. And I finally left to join the Air Force. It was the first time I ever rode on a train, first time I ever rode on a bus. Went to Fort Warren, Wyoming for electrician school, but that was my first experience with lights, colored lights. If someone come along and took their hand like that and dragged all the wires all the way, I wouldn't know what to do because I have no circuit design here. It's all done in my head. There's add-ons and jury-rigged, and by and large, if I keep my hands off it, everything's okay.
How's the real estate business? Kind of early with your grease knife, is that? Well, I got to get them in sometime. I may not see you again until next Christmas. This real estate racket gets me crazy. I'll be dead by next Christmas.
Nellie was very interested in Christmas. She loved Christmas. She used to go to a church and tell Christmas stories. She was so good at it, but she'd have the kids in tears, you know, the way she described everything, you know. But anyway, we lacked 1 week of being married 10 years. It was a childhood cancer that she had acquired, but it was for an adult. She died about 18 months after she got the disease. And then I continued to go to work, and I retired from civil service in '94. And I realized I had a life to live, and what am I going to do? And I said, well, the best thing I can do is just do lights, you know, just keep on doing lights, you know. And that way it kept me busy, but also allowed me to be able to entertain people and have them become happy with it, you know, which in turn made me happy. We had a very up and down emotional day last Monday. I was sitting in the garage here, and my friend Randy was sitting right over here next to me, and I'm looking out the door across the street, and I could see the garbage truck coming around the corner, a big garbage truck, and it's going about 45 miles an hour, way fast. The speed limit is 25. This big flash of brown went up in the air like that, and and killed a cat. I said, Randy, go see that. That's Trixie. I can't face it, you know.
And I came back to the garage and I said to Bruce, I'm sorry.
So I went over there and picked up Trixie and I brought her back and put her in the backyard. We took turns digging a hole, cut a sheet and put Trixie in it. We both had tears in our eyes doing this, so we lowered it in the hole and put the sheet over the top of it. So I went back out here in the garage and sat down, and tears still streaming down my face, and Randy was in here, his tears are streaming down too.
And all of a sudden, I look over, and Trixie walks in.
He said, well, look, there's Trixie. I looked around, I said, oh my God, there's Trixie. I thought I was seeing a ghost. And he said, oh, wow. And he just hollered out loud, and when all that noise came, she just took off, right? We couldn't find her again. I thought, that was unbelievable. I don't believe that happened. And Randy said, I'll go look for her. I said, that's just an apparition. You didn't see it. So then he finally found her and come back out here. And then I got to thinking, oh, my neighbor's cat looks just like Trixie. But when I went out to pick up Trixie, I didn't have any thoughts that it would be somebody else's cat, you know. And I said, Frank, I said, why don't you sit down here? And I told him, I said, you know, I think that your cat is buried out in the backyard here. He said, I don't know how I'm going to tell my wife. I said, well, good luck. I said, I'm sorry. But I'll tell you one thing, you won't have to do too much grieving because we did all the grieving for you.
Bye, Santa.
Bye. See you next year. Hope you don't wear out your arm waving at people. There it goes. There it goes.
Don't do it. Stay on.
So, we got to go in and turn the rest of this stuff off.
Well, leave it on for a little bit.
Huh?
Heck, leave it on.
Oh, okay, if you like. Trixie? Yeah, how are you? After the lights go off, and it's rather dismal, you know, I mean, golly sakes, where did all the fun go, you know what I mean? And once I get back into the idea that I got to take this stuff down, well then, it's just a normal part of the cycle of Christmas, New Year's, Easter, July, summer.